So today I'm going to be sharing with you some really affordable eyeshadow. I'm also going to share with you how I apply my eyeshadow for hooded eyes. So in case you're interested, then keep on watching. Hey guys, it's Kat and welcome to my channel. You guys, I love a good one and done eyeshadow look like everybody else. However, I love eyeshadow palettes. I don't know what it is. It's about the color stories. It's about the possibilities and the versatilities of eyeshadow palettes that I absolutely love. But we all know they can be extremely expensive. I once dropped, I think it was like $135 on a Pat McGrath eyeshadow palette. Yes, that was me. But now I know the drugstore is really pumping out some fantastic makeup products, especially now eyeshadow. They have to compete with the other guys too. And last week when I did a review of some new drugstore makeup, I fell in love with the new Morphe 6-pan chroma eyeshadow palettes. I first reviewed the Love Bite, but I had to go back and pick up Rich Glitch. For me, I love a good cool tone eyeshadow palette, and I've spent 50, 60 bucks on Makeup by Mario's eyeshadow palettes, Natasha Denona, but thank goodness the drugstore has finally upping their game, and I think Morphe has come out with some beautiful color stories. So that's why I picked up Rich Glitch. And tonight, Matt and I are going out on a date night with our friends. Remember the friends that we played cards with? Well, tonight we're gonna go see a comedy show. Good luck with that, Catherine. But yeah, so I want to have a nice glam look for this evening, and we are going to achieve it with this Rich Glitch Morphe eyeshadow palette. Let me show you the color story. It is absolutely stunning. It's a mix of cool tone nudes with beautiful chroma shades, and this is right up my alley. I love these eyeshadow palettes. They're so cute. And I can't wait to get this eyeshadow on my eyes and create a really beautiful smoky glam look with winged eyeliner. So without further ado, let's just get into the video. Now, I've already got all of my complexion products on. We just need to do the eyes as well as the lips, and I'll put all the products down in the links below. Now, if you do click on those links, they do help out my channel a little bit, but if you don't, that's okay too. Now, I do have a little bit of concealer on my eyes, but I'm going to apply just a touch of eyeshadow primer. Now, I rarely do this, but since we're going for a glam look and it's supposed to stay all day, I'm just going to apply a little bit of the Sigma eyeshadow primer so it really grabs the color as well as the pigment, and it smooths out the lids to get a nice even base. Now, if you don't have an eyeshadow primer, that's okay. You can use concealer as well. But if your eyelids tend to run a little oily, it's always best to use an eyeshadow primer. That way the eyeshadow will apply smooth and not get muddled and will be easier to blend. Take this first shade here, apply all over the lid. Tap off the excess. That's pretty powdery. And then just go all over the lid to create a really smooth canvas. It's a matte color, but it has a little bit of sheen to it, which I actually really like. And we're just laying down that entire color, going all the way up to the brow. Right through there. Beautiful. Now on that same brush, I'm gonna go in with this taupe color, which is aptly called Taupe Tear. Tap off the excess. Now, since my eyes are hooded, I don't want to apply it in the crease. When you look straight ahead and you have hooded eyes, you want to make sure you want to see that color. See that flap that I have right there? Isn't that lovely? So you want to hit above that crease. And I'm just lightly going in with Taupe Tear right above that crease. And you just want to use light strokes like that. Take a little bit more. Because when you look straight ahead, you definitely want to see that color. And you also want to add that definition to your eyes. This is really blending out beautifully. And now this eye, now my left eye is a little bit more hooded than my right eye, so I do have to make adjustments. I love this cool tone taupe color. It's so pretty. And I'm still looking straight ahead. Like that, and I'm barely putting any pressure. The further back that you hold your brush with your hands, the lighter touch that you will get. And we're just gonna blend that out. See how pretty that is? I can definitely see myself using this eyeshadow palette every single day because I love neutrals, especially cool tone neutrals. I'm gonna go in with a really tight packing brush into this gorgeous chocolate brown color. Now it's very similar to that deep espresso color in Love Bite, but this is a tad lighter. So what I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and hit on the outer thirds of my eye, right through there, almost smoking the eye out, but then I'm going to bring it up and create a V. And when I create that V, it's going to add that dimension that we need to open up those eyes right through there. And this is a fantastic little packing brush to really get that color and that pigment to pay off. These eyeshadow palettes retail for $15. You get 6 pans of eyeshadow. I actually got a discount off the eyeshadow palette because I used the Ulta app and I got $3.50 off. So I think it's an absolute bargain at that price. I'm just stamping right through there, creating that depth and definition. Since this eye is a little more hooded, as you can see right through here, I'm gonna really pack it in to create that shadow and depth, bringing the color up so when I look straight ahead, you can still see that color. I'm gonna take a even smaller, tighter packed brush that's flat. These are my BK Beauty brushes, and go back into that deep color, tap off the excess, and run it along the lower lash line, not in the waterline, but the lower lash line, to connect it. Just on the outer thirds, smoking that out. Super easy to do. It doesn't hurt, just takes a little practice. Already we have a dramatic look. But since it's date night and I want to have a little bit of shimmer and glimmer, I'm going to go in with this color right through here. It feels so silky smooth. Look how gorgeous that is. And what I want to do is just plop it right all over the lid. Oh, this is so pretty. And it's super smooth on the lid and I'm not experiencing any fallout whatsoever. Gorgeous. And I know sometimes eyeshadow looks can be very daunting because it looks so complicated, but these 6-pan eyeshadow palettes make it so easy. I want to see what Champagne Splash looks like. Super chromy. Isn't that gorgeous? That is a lot. Look at this. Oh my gosh. Look how blingy that is. Now I can see having a little bit of fallout with this color, but it's beautiful. Cool Millions is this gorgeous shade right through here. I'm gonna plop that in the middle of the lid and see what kind of effect we're gonna get, because it's supposed to be kind of chromy. Ooh, that's pretty. Very cool toned, I guess hence the name, Cool Millions. Just for a little touch of surprise right through there. I think Cool Millions kind of turned this eyeshadow look from a daytime look to a more evening look, because it is a little bit more dramatic and deeper and darker in color, and that's what I absolutely love. And now for the piece de resistance, I want to go into Champagne Splash, and it is this very glitzy shade right through here. Tap off the excess, and we're going to go ahead and hit it right under the eyebrow. This one to me has the most fallout. I can see little specks of glitter, but I'm not angry at it. I really think that's beautiful. And we're going to pop it into the corner to brighten up that inner eye. Oh, wow. When you start packing it in, look at the bling on that. That is so pretty. Oh my gosh. Okay, I like that. And then I'm gonna take that brush and kind of feather it up like that, just to wake up that inner eye. Let's go ahead and tightline the upper waterline. Today's eyeliner, of course, is going to be from e.l.f. It is their new Smoky Kohl eyeliner in Smoke Signal. You know I've been really loving these eyeliners, and they retail for $3. Definitely affordable, definitely a fantastic product, and it's super creamy. They don't move, they don't budge. You can easily line your upper waterline. It's funny because Matt and I didn't know what we were going to do tonight, whether we were going to go to the movies with our friends or go to this comedy club. It's kind of a pop-up comedy club. It's a new concept. We don't even know who the comedian is going to be. It's basically go to this venue, BYOB, right as the show starts. That's when you find out who the performer is, who the comedian is. So I think it's going to be a super fun night, I hope. But I'm ready to laugh. It's been a rough week. A lot of us think we can't do a winged eyeliner with hooded eyes, but it's totally possible. You don't necessarily have to use a liquid eyeliner. You can use a Kohl pencil, smoke it out, and shape it with a brush. But for me, I love using a felt tip pen, and the one that I've been really loving that's super affordable is from Wet n Wild. You know, this is one of my all-time favorites. I think it retails for $5.99. It's waterproof. It's the Wet n Wild Breakup Proof Skinny Eyeliner. What's unique about this is the tip. It is super long and very precise. And the way that I like to start out my wing on my right eye, because it's less hooded, I like to start in the inner corner, lay the felt tip pen flat, and just tap right across. And I'm getting as close as I can to the eyelashes. Tapping it across. Like that. Super skinny line, that's what I'm looking for. And then as I come out to the outer thirds of my eye, that's when I start going straight. And this is working brilliantly on top of that Morphe eyeshadow. Now that I'm going straight, I'm going to turn my hand the other way and flip it on the other side and start making my wing. Like that. On the left eye, since it's more hooded, I start with the wing first and then I go in. Same method, I lay it flat, right on the outer thirds of my eye. Same method, I just go backwards because the left eye is more hooded than my right. You have to try what works for you, but I find this method works perfectly for me. I know, it's weird. Now that we have our winged eyeliner on, I just want to clean up the edges, really smoke out the bottom lash line, and really connect it. Like that. Ooh. And then take a clean, fluffy brush and make sure everything is blended. Soften up the sides. I expected a little bit of fallout, so I'm just quickly dusting it away like that. Now for a quick coat of mascara, I'm going to go in with the Maybelline, the Falsies Push Up Angel Mascara. It has that unique comb where it flares out your lashes, and I just go from root to tip, right through there, and then flaring them out to the side. I love this formula because it's super wet and it really does push up those lashes. And the wand tip applicator really gets into all those lashes and coats them evenly. All right, so eyeshadow look is done. Look how pretty it turned out. It's hard to believe that this eyeshadow palette retails for $15 and the rest of the products are under 10 bucks. But yeah, you don't need to spend a lot of money to get a beautiful eyeshadow look. Now with such a bold eyeshadow look, I think I want to go in with a nude lip, and I'm going to go in with the Cream Glide Lip Liner from e.l.f. in Espresso Martini. They just recently came out with new shades. And then I'm gonna top it off with the L'Oreal Plump Ambition Lip Oil in Latte Glacé. And here we are with the final look. What do you think, guys? Oh my gosh, I am absolutely entranced. Entranced is a good word with these little 6-pan eyeshadow palettes from Morphe. For $15 and I believe 6 color stories, you will find an eyeshadow palette that is right up your alley, whether it's, you know, beautiful purples or pinks or even greens. But you know me, I'm boring. I love a good neutral eyeshadow palette for everyday use. But surprisingly, this one is super versatile as well. Just a hit of one of these chrome eyeshadows, it definitely elevates your eyeshadow game without even trying. You just need to pop a little bit on the lid and it just really looks gorgeous and instantly glamorous. I think I'm a little overdone for the comedy club tonight, but I'm super excited. I can't wait to hang out and sit down with my friends and enjoy a couple of adult beverages and just laugh, because laughter is the best medicine, isn't it? But yeah, I love all these products. They're all super affordable. Remember, these come in 6 different color stories. They retail for $15 and the rest of the products are all drugstore, super affordable. And yeah, so you don't have to spend a lot of money to create a beautiful eyeshadow look. So I hope some of these tips and tricks for your eyeshadow game helps you out. And I know some of you guys comment, oh my gosh, it's so hard to do a winged eyeliner. You have to practice, as simple as that. And all eyes are unique and beautiful. You just have to play with your products and see what works best for you. Like I said, my right eye is less hooded than my left, so I've learned throughout the years how to apply eyeliner that suits my eye shape. It just takes a little practice and playing around, and sometimes it can surprise you. I've got to get ready for my date. But yeah, I have to get ready for my date. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you had fun. I know I did. And if you enjoy this type of content, please consider subscribing. I would love it if you'd be a part of our family. But for now, mwah, mahal kita, I love you, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.